routine. So what do you do during this time? You take care of yourself. You do what you need to. And because you're a part of the community, you're now one of my babies. So if you're new, welcome, welcome, welcome. And you get one kiss on the forehead. And if you're returning, you get multiple kisses. Okay, Mom loves you. So, let's just start here. And we're just going to work through some things that may be coming up in your life this year, across the collective, whatever, right? And we start our session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I comb your energy while I do it? I don't know if I can do it at the same time, but we're gonna see, okay? Okay, I'm gonna just put this down for a second. You ready? Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out to us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay. It's like, what is it? So, I want to work through some fear today. And to understand the difference between fear and patience, they seem like totally different things. You're like, what does one have to do with the other one? A lot, actually. Fear is actually very purposeful, and I'm going to explain why. Not to be in a heightened state of fear all the time. It's not that. Fear is purposeful because it is the raw materials used for patience. Patience is the refined version of fear. So, what does that mean? What does it mean that patience is the refined version of fear? When you have to be patient towards something, that typically has a lot to do with delayed gratification, working towards something and then you're getting your reward later. You're not, getting that validation right then and there. But typically things that require you to do that often are more rewarding. The reward is typically bigger. The reward typically lasts longer. So with that being said, think about it like this. When you learn to be patient, what makes the situation patience? What makes it patience? What makes the situation patience is that you want something, or you want to do something, or you feel like something may not happen regardless of what that is, and you have to sit with it and allow it to work itself out in the time that it takes, not the time that you're trying to force it to be. Patience can be a struggle for a couple of reasons. The first reason being you're so excited about something and you just want it to happen now. That's straightforward. We get it, and you gotta be patient. It's going to happen. Just give it time. Another reason why patience can be difficult is because you have something that you don't believe will come to pass. You don't believe it will come to be. So you want to hurry up and rush through it and get through it because you're afraid it's not really going to happen. And patience there, of course, teaches you, yes, it will come to be. And you have to work on your self-doubt, self-compassion, and self-patience. And so as you're sitting here, laying or listening, whatever it is, what I want you to do is tap into your body. And as you're tapped into your body, start to ask yourself a couple of questions, okay? Ask yourself first, how do I feel? Feelings are two things. Well, two things come to mind right now. How you feel and how you feel. How you feel on the outside is like, do I feel nice and cozy and warm? Does my elbow itch? You know, that kind of feeling. How I feel on the inside has a lot to do with your mood. I want you to focus on your mood. The mood that you have in the various parts of your day, okay? Now, put your mood to the side, and I want you to think about your will. You ever heard somebody say your willpower, the willpower to do something? Like, my favorite example, and y'all probably laugh about this, is nowadays people can maybe not work so hard towards chasing their dreams. I'm not saying everyone, but if they are chasing love, these people do not quit. They don't know what they're doing in life, okay? They're confused. They can't get it. They can't figure out a lot of things, but let it have to be with love and they will figure everything out. I mean, it crosses language barriers, and it's just kind of like a funny little thing that I like to think about, which means regardless of what it is you're focusing on, you do have the potential within yourself, even if you don't believe it to be so, right then and there. So their willpower on that person who is chasing some type of love, some fleeting love, they're saying, I don't care if there's a language barrier, I don't care if there's a physical barrier, I'm gonna figure this out. And so yes, love will do that for people. So if you ever feel that you can't do something, go see these people who be in these struggle relationships, because they believe in the impossible. Now, I'm not telling you to be in a struggle relationship. I'm just simply saying, if they're believing the impossible and you can see with your own eyes that it's not going to work, why can't your dreams work? Because that's actually more possible. I'm just putting it out there like that. It's just amazing when we have willpower, what we can do. And so, instead of it just being impulsive based on, oh, I need to be in this codependent, blah, 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 that's why your willpower is popping up. Think about it from this perspective. What is it that you want? What is it that is a part of your soul's mission here? And how can you make the decision that, yes, I'm going to go after this? And regardless of your mood, we were talking about how we feel, regardless of your mood, allow your willpower to make the decision that this will happen, this will come to be. Now, when you first do this, it will probably feel good. It'll probably feel like, yes, this is right. But you have to protect your mental space. That means the people you're around, situations, circumstances, the things that you consume, the things you watch, the things that you listen, because some people will self-isolate from others, but at the same time be consuming so much information that it's doing the same thing as if they were in the mix with people all the time. So be mindful of what it is you consume during that period. I am not one that thinks that every moment of life needs to be consumed with making ourselves better. That's unrealistic. I just think that if you have a dream in your heart and you're working towards that, you can work to get better there or to make movement there, as opposed to every single thing, your skincare routine, discussion, the conversation, head on over to the Organize Your Purpose podcast, which is my podcast that I've been having for the last 2 years. And this is the kind of stuff that we work through. It is literally maybe like a less ASMR Reiki healing hope, but it's not just the esoteric. It's mostly mindset. So if you like that, I do episodes weekly. And yes, this year I have been consistent, though the year has just started. I've been very consistent. Next episode, how to hack the system. I don't know. So just continuing to take this off. So I want to encourage you all also to join our 52-week challenge that's happening on the Patreon community. We had such a wonderful kickoff meeting, and again, you can join throughout the entire year. What we're doing is we're mastering 1 to 2 things during this year, and we are coming together as a collective to hold ourselves accountable as well as to just remain connected. Because if you want to go somewhere fast, you can go by yourself, but if you want to go somewhere far, you go there by others, okay? You go there with others. So there's that, and the Patreon community is $3 a month. If you would like to join, you can do that. So excited for that. Okay, continuing to work through that and shift into that energy. I want you to take a deep breath in. Exhale, release, let it go. 2 more here. And I'm just going to take that down. Take that down. Okay, family, you did a fantabulous job today. I want you to take a deep breath in, exhale, release, and let it go. So I want to check in with you. How is your 2023 going? You can feel free to add that into the comment section. Again, reminding you about the 52-week challenge. That's where we're making movement, shifts, and changes over on the Patreon community. And I've already announced the special thing I'm working on the Patreon community during the kickoff meeting. So if you want to be a part of that, you can also experience that too. I'll get into more of it once it's more together. But how are you? When I was saying to be mindful of what you're consuming, understand that we are, as we think of, the age of Aquarius, we are at a time where we have so much information. And that means we also get misinformation too. But the important thing is the knowledge that you need to accomplish whatever you need to accomplish for your goals is there in front of you and much more accessible than it's ever been. But everything else is there too. All of these other distracting things. So it takes a lot of willpower to narrow down and make a decision. I'm just going to chase this. I'm going to just focus on this. And sometimes you have to silence a little bit of all the other noise that's popping up at the same time. And be mindful that if we live in a consumer society or consumer culture, and we're constantly consuming in order to feel better, it's like the chemistry in our brain, what we get from consuming a lot of things, instead of working through those things ourselves. Understand that the experience is different when you go through it versus when you're just viewing it. And what I want to encourage you to do this year is to go through it. So we're going to be doing some balancing of that today. So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly or daily self-care practice. So you come, you just take care of yourself, and you just be consistent. I don't know if you've checked the community post, but I put a question out there that said, how long have you been a part of the community, and how has this community So just in this moment, just relax and take it very easy. Breathe in and out, of course, at your own pace, and connect in with your feelings, whatever that is. We're not placing any judgment on those feelings. We're just open to the fact that we have them. And as you exhale, allow them to just drain on down. Again, just drain on down. If you've ever watered a plant, you have to put the plant in a dish in order to let the water drain, hydrate the soil, but also be released. So maybe this is an opportunity to look at emotions as things that can nourish us, can impact us, can motivate us. But when they're stuck on us, that can be a problem. Just like if you don't drain the water out, it creates root rot. So just work through that. Now, just place my hand on your feet. Or it could also be your knee too. Inhale. Exhale, release. And just feel exhale of the breath just a rolling down. Trusting in yourself, trusting in the process. Just a rolling down, rolling down, rolling down, rolling down. Okay. Okay. And relax. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Release. So again, we're just going to allow the energy of your feelings, your emotions, to be released. Take the message that they bring, whatever that message is, carry it with you, but release and let it go. I find that some people hold on to the feeling, whether it is a happy feeling and you don't want to move on past that point in life, past that person, past that situation. So it becomes enabling, or a sad feeling, a feeling of struggle, a feeling of trauma, a feeling of something that maybe you haven't had a moment or an opportunity to process. So it's almost like you're kind of stuck in a circle over and over and over again. And sometimes we got a combination of all of those. One way to release and let this energy go is to practice inhaling and exhaling and releasing. When we move our air, we move the energy. Try it. When we move our air, we move the energy. When we move our air, we move the energy. When we move our air, we move the energy. When we move our air, we move the energy. Good job. Just keep going. Keep going. Now, I want you to take inventory yourself. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. Say it. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. Keep saying it. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. And keep working with that energy. Keep flowing forward with that energy. And move, shift, balance, and focus. Focus on what really matters. When we go about life, we have what we feel. This is what I feel like doing. This is what I want to do. This is where my goals, my desire, my dreams are. And then we also have what we think, which we're going to be working on next. But our thought is how we strategically think about things. What makes sense? How do we take our dreams and connect the dots? But sometimes those two things can be different. You can have a dream that does not make sense, and you can want to do something that makes sense that you don't want to do. You know, if you ever forced yourself to do something for someone else, take on a role, a job, a dream that someone else wants, just because you think it's the right thing to do. I see it all the time when people doing get rich quick things, like they think it's the right thing to do. Child, that's a whole nother story. But regardless, connecting the heart and the mind in these moments takes balance. So what I like to do is allow the heart to tell us where we're going, what new direction are we going. But I use the mind to follow through on the things we've been doing and we need to keep doing. So the heart tells us to go forward, and the mind helps us to follow through on those things that we know we should do, we genuinely want to do, but sometimes you don't feel like doing it. And I'm going to make an episode of the podcast that's going to talk about that too. So the Organize Your Purpose podcast. So at this moment, just release, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Okay, release. And just work through this. Work through this balance. Work through these things. Trust in yourself. Trust in your heart. Trust in your mind. Trust in all of those things that bring you together as one. So I just want you to take your hands and just bring them close and say, I trust life. I trust the process of life. I trust life. I trust the process of life. I trust life. I trust the process of life. I trust myself. Okay, good job. Well, babies, you've done a fantabulous job. And I hope that this is helping you to balance your feelings. You can always watch it again, or whenever there's a moment that it feels like you can tap back in here and watch it one more time. I want to remind everyone that we have about a week left before we start the pre-week. The pre-week is for everyone to join. It's completely free, and it's for you to experience what it feels like to be in my year-long apprenticeship for the first week. And those who continue on April 2nd, they will be attuned as a first degree Reiki practitioner and start their training and begin their journey, this beautiful journey. So, information is in the description box. Feel free to come on through. You can also enjoy the My People community, where we've been having a really, really great time. special programs that I do. Like last month, we had the Love Magnet program where we had mindset trainings that were every day. And this month, we're going to be showing appreciation to our current apprentices and exploring some of that. And we did, as you all know, Saturn is going into Pisces on March. If you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly self-care routine. This is a place where you just take care of yourself. You take care of yourself and you do what you need to do when you need to do it. And if you're new, you're now one of my babies, so you get one kiss on the forenoggin. So, which is the noggin right there. And I looked it up. Thus far, I don't think that that means anything else except for that. If you're returning babies, you get multiple kisses. Okay. So, we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay, you ready? May I touch you? Okay. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Okay. So I'm just going to start with just tracing the energy. And I want you to just get really calm here, okay? Because it is all about unblocking the energy. And I'm just going to give you a little quick explanation of what I'm doing as I'm doing it, okay? So, I'm just flowing with your energy. And if there's anything that is not moving, is stagnant, is blocked, I'm working with it to free it up. Now, Reiki symbols are just that. They represent that for specific things. So we have different symbols for different things and different meanings, okay? Okay. Reiki symbols are just sigils. Have you ever heard of a sigil? A sigil is a shape. It could be a geometric form or pattern. The concept can be associated with sacred geometry and things like that. And when I say sacred geometry, I'm just saying that throughout human history, we have used shapes with various meanings to create or initiate certain things, okay? So a Reiki symbol is just one type of sigil. There's many shapes out there, okay? It's not just Reiki symbols, it's many shapes out there in order to initiate a certain change or response. So, I'm going to go in and do some symbols and just relax, okay? instead of putting everything into one type of technique, just keep it open. Keep it open to whatever you need. Okay. Okay. Good job. Now, open yourself up. And connect with what you need. 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 Just move through here. Now, I just want you to have calm, okay? I just want you to experience calm. And so I'm going to just go very slow. And just to be here, okay? Just experiencing calm. And I want your energy to be peaceful. I want you to be surrounded by your peace, what brings you peace. And I want you to have everything that you desire to have in your life, okay? And working the just okay. And release. And just working through that energy. Working through that energy. Working through that energy. Working through that. Just bringing that down. Okay. And breathing in and out here. Okay. This is actually when I think of sacred geometry, I think about the pyramids. And I think about the structure of a pyramid, the archaeological structure of a pyramid, and I think about how amazing we are as a species, that multiple cultures that were, for the most part, disconnected to each other had the ability to build pyramids. We know about pyramids in Egypt. We know about pyramids in the Americas, specifically South America. There's also pyramids in Asia, specifically North Korea. So these structures and these patterns and forms were pretty amazing. It's pretty interesting that across many cultures and civilizations, they figured out how to do this, and I think that the pyramid itself would have had thermodynamic as well as other very histories rather than what Western academics initially said, which was there had to be some aliens who helped them do this, because if it doesn't come from European history, then it must have been an alien. No, I'm one of those people that I feel like it would be crazy to think that we're the only people out in the universe. We're probably not, but I also think that life probably takes on a different form. Like, we experience life differently, and I'm smart enough to say that I don't know anything. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I also know that it is important for us to respect those different cultures that did those amazing things at those times, and decolonize our understanding of all of that information. So, back to praising the fact that we as a species figured it out in different places. We figured out a lot of stuff. We're actually pretty amazing to think about it. And so just shifting through that, so I'm gonna and I want you to free yourself to understand that the solutions are closer, than they appear. The solutions are all around you. Woven into all kinds of decisions in your life. Woven into all kinds of decisions in your life. Available to you, no matter where you're at. Wow, I'm just in awe when I think of our ancient cultures, ancient societies. They figured out a lot of stuff. And whenever a society ends, even if it's for a good reason, we often lose the technological advances because whoever wins wants to wipe that out instead of learning, understanding that we have to preserve these things. They understood medicine, they understood their version of technology, they understood so much. They understood it. So, as again my grandma used to say, new under the sun, we don't have to keep on reinventing the wheel. The answers to anything that we need, the answer to anything to unblock what you need is with you. It is woven in your past. It is available for view in your present. And we can see it in your future. So, if that is there, then anything you want can come to be. Work with that. Work with that. Work with that. Work with that. Okay. Well, babies, I hope you enjoyed the session today, and I hope this allowed you to really free your energy, to unbind, to feel unbound from any of these old things. I always like to give little, history lessons because I think that no need to have to rewrite history. It was good enough, or I don't want to say it like that. I'm going to say it like this. There's love. Love is all around you, okay? So if you're new to the community, babies, welcome. This is your nightly self-care routine. If you're new, you're one of my babies now, so you get one kiss on the forehead. session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It's a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Okay. Let's say the prayer. Okay, may I touch you? Okay. Oh, some Reiki symbol. This is our next video. I'm not gonna be able to let this comb go, okay? You ready? Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Okay, so I'm just going to gently draw around and just get your energy going in a certain flow. Now, okay, I also want to remind you to join the 52-week challenge. We're mastering 1 to 2 things this year, and we have a group together that's working on that. On the Patreon community, it is $3 a month. Feel free to join if that's something you would like to do. And one more reminder that I will say is that y'all, with these Saturn returns in Pisces that's coming up in March, prepare yourself. You would be in your late 20s. I'm trying to think. Probably 92, 93 to what? 96, 94, 96, 95, 96, my bad. That area, double check to confirm. If you look in your natal chart, it's just your Saturn is in Pisces. That's happening in March. Prepare yourself. Why am I telling you this? Well, I'll tell you more later, but the reason why is because your first Saturn return, if it's your second, I'll get to you in a second, but your first Saturn return is typically the hardest because your life is going to drastically change. Sometimes it's on the outside, sometimes it's on the inside, sometimes it's both. But you're going to get a lot out of it, okay? So don't freak out. It's okay. You're going to get a lot out of the experience, but prepare yourself. And you know, I'm here the entire way and the entire time. And let me know in the comment section if y'all Saturn returns in Pisces want me to put something together for you all to, figure it out. Let me know in the comment section. If y'all don't, tell me in the comment section. I'm not going to do it. Okay. So, back to this love manifesting. So, as you fill yourself up with all of this love that is available to you whenever you need to, remind yourself that you are love, okay? You have to challenge your ideas of love. If you have had a string of bad luck with love and understand the difference between just normally love, it'll have its ups and downs. It is what it is. But bad luck is like every person you're choosing is pretty much just all over the place, as opposed to you had a relationship, it lived its, it served its purpose, and it's just hard to let it go. Those are two different things, okay? There is a difference between entertaining. I'm trying to think what terminology did my grandma used to constantly being critiqued and scrutinized, they learned how to kind of walk through life with perfection. So they expected nothing less than that. So they would say, things like that. Now, I was really smart, and the reason why I was smart was I wouldn't let them know who I was dating, so they couldn't judge me even if I was making a poor decision. But I watched them with my siblings. I was like, yeah, y'all messed up over there. But I say all of that to say, the love that you want in your life is there, is available. I tell you this many times. And what I notice is, if you focus on loving yourself, making yourself whole, filling yourself up, fulfilling a lot of those needs that maybe you had thought someone else was supposed to do for you, the person always shows up. But so many people are used to codependency. So many people are used to externalizing all of their power and all of their desire, that simple thing is just too much for them. They're really just completely caught up on the answer has to be outside of me instead of the answer being within me. Now, if you're young, it's just being hard-headed, like you may have not had anything that happened necessarily that would make you feel like I gotta find the answer outside of me. Just being hard-headed. If you're old, it's a habit. It's just a habit that you're doing that needs to be broken. That's it. Now, we can also be really constructive here again. The things that I'm talking about, these principles of manifesting and aligning things and bringing things into your life, they're not as really out there. It's very practical things, but it's also things that people have to reprogram their brain and their expectations to understand. Like, for example, you might feel like the more relationships that you have, the better you'll understand what you want, which is not a bad mindset. But if you're trying to have all of these relationships at the same time, and it goes past just dating, because I'm one of those people that when you're out there dating, this again, what my grandparents used to say, my grandmothers, they used to say, if you're not married, you're single. What I mean by that is, enjoy the dating process. You do not have to be exclusive with, just the first person who like winks at you, That's what I'm saying. But I also think it is an issue if you want to have these deep, fulfilling relationships with multiple people at one time, and y'all didn't all consent to those dynamics. So, or entertaining someone who's doing that to you, because you feel like you want to win at it. Now, any person that makes your love a competition is a waste of your time. And I'm going to keep it real with you. You can waste your time, as well as you can get sick from being in a relationship that is not really for you. Again, relationships are a lot like, friendships and families and really important intimate relationships that we have. And so, anything that causes you consistent stress, consistent questioning, does not have a firm foundation, even if you feel like this person has the potential to be everything that you want, is not worth your time. When I say, and I'm going to tell you from first-hand experience, I developed an entire autoimmune disease for staying in a relationship way too long. And that was one of the most helpful things that this is what their energy did to my body, or not blaming them, thinking about it like this. This is the state of my body as I was dealing with fill in the blank. If it's not a good state, then you do not need to stay. You gotta kick that energy out. You gotta kick that energy out. And also, same thing with friends, family, again, love as well. If you feel healing, if you feel balance, and I don't mean you're just projecting or you're just kind of unloading on someone, but you feel like you don't even have the need to unload anything, unload baggage or put baggage on other people or receive baggage. If you're around somebody and they just make you feel good exactly as you are, that is worth it. So, one thing that I always tell people is the same way I made my mistakes and lived them out surrounding love, I'm gonna let you do that too. Why? Because I could give you the roadmap, but life is not about being perfect. Life is about experiencing it. If you do not know what I'm talking about, you can be hard at it anyway, and you can do what you want. And guess what? I'm gonna just be right here to say that I'm here whenever you need me, and I told you so. But that's okay, because plenty of people gave me an I told you so too. And to this day, I don't care. And that's what I'm saying. You gotta go with what you want to do. I had a session one time. This is funny. I had a session one time. And I was doing this reading surrounding love. This person had convinced themselves that even though this was not working, they was gonna keep on trying it. And I was like, okay, I get it. So they're like, you think it's gonna work? And I was like, no, but I think you're gonna do it anyway. And then we both just started laughing. And I was like, and I'm not gonna tell you not to do it, because you need to learn the way that you need to learn it. So I'm not saying that to give you the permission to go and do something foolish. I'm just letting you know that heed my words. Because if you don't heed my words, you're going to have to experience it firsthand. And you're gonna think, you know what? This is not what I wanted. And that's okay. Believe me, I'm laughing now, but it was not fun. It was not fun. I'm only laughing now because I'm like, wow, I could have made it so much easier on myself. And the cool thing about it is that once you master that, everything else makes sense. Like, you don't have the same type of issues with friendships. You don't have the same type of issues with family. You don't have the same type of issues with love. It's less about, honestly, finding your soulmate and more about just finding people you're compatible with. And a part of that is dealing with your vices, dealing with your codependency. Everybody has these things that we just naturally learned. And understanding freedom, understanding the art of letting go, understanding not to suffer from things, understanding that you may have been dealing with something with someone for so long that you feel like, oh, I don't want to step out of this line, and then someone else come and da-da-da-da, and guess what? The moment you step out the line, someone else will come, and guess what? They're probably going to treat them better, but they were never going to treat you better. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's just really hard for people to learn how to treat a person that they know in a new way. It's the same reason that in your family, you might have always been this person, no matter how much you've changed in your life. Or if you have very long friendships, sometimes you all are still dealing on the same level as when you first met versus who you are now. And when you meet new friendships at the stage you're at now, it's not personal. It's just kind of very, very difficult to break down those walls and treat somebody differently, you honestly, or they honestly, have to have an entirely new personality, and that is even harder to do. So, this is what I say. If you want to attract that love to you, you go have fun, and you love on yourself, and you give yourself all those things. I want you to make a list of all the things that you want a partner to be. And I want you to start fulfilling that for yourself. And when I say the right people will walk into your life, it's like, because it's very practical. You're demonstrating to them what you need. A lot of times people are wanting something from others and they have no clue what it is. They just know what they don't want. And they're just trying to, expect someone else to know it for them, No, go figure yourself out. Go figure out everything you want and you need and give others a clear communication, clear direction of how to bring happiness to you, as well as you be able to be open and free to that in them as well. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed this session today of the week of the comb. The week of the comb. The week of the comb. And to know that love is all around you, that you have access to love. Love is within you. And, I'm trying to put myself in those shoes again to think, like, what was I thinking? I think in that moment that I felt, I'm like, Jessica, I need you to go back 10 years. What were you thinking? In that moment, I got it here. But you have all of your feelings and your impulses of like, I gotta find somebody now, I gotta find somebody, that clouds your judgment. If you are patient, if you love yourself, if you give yourself all those things that you're looking for a partner to give, it's not that they won't show up. In fact, I feel like they do show up quicker because you're modeling to them what they want, and so many people have no clue what they is. So many people. Sup, I'm a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special session as we are continuing on this little mini series of healing. We're going to be healing the spirit, the soul's connection. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And if you're new to the community, welcome, 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 babies. Hey, this is your nightly or daily self-care routine where you take care of yourself and you do what you do when you do what you're doing. I'm sorry, I forgot to give y'all some forearm kisses in one of the videos. Okay, so I'm going to give you some, and you're going to get some extra ones. So, the new babies, you will get one kiss on the forearm. You're now one of my babies. And for my returning babies, multiple 2 times kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, let's go ahead and get this going, get this together. So we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, to have your permission to say a prayer. Excellent. Okay, you ready? Relax. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. So we have about a week left before we start the pre-week, which is to experience a week in my year-long energy healing apprenticeship, energy healing practitioner apprenticeship. So it's starting March 19th. It goes to March 26th. You got about a week. I only do it about once a year. I might do it twice. I don't know. It depends on how this goes. So feel free to join that. So today we're going to be working on the spirit and the soul. So the first thing I want you to do is just bring your hands to your heart right here and get real comfortable with yourself. Give yourself a little hug. You remember this when you were younger? You look like you're making out. Give yourself a nice little hug here. And be okay with yourself. It's so important that in this life, you feel as though your soul's purpose, your soul mission, which is a part of your dreams, whatever your dreams are, because I said I'm a dream weaver, whatever your dreams are, I want you to deeply connect here. Because when you do not live out your dreams, it feels like your soul is dying. It feels like your soul is kind of getting its battery kind of not recharged, or kind of you've been plugging in your battery too long and now it's just sucked up all the energy. It won't hold the charge. So what you want to do is you want to bring that back into yourself, bring that back into your life. First thing you do is you follow your dreams. And second thing you do is you find your spiritual path, your routine. You all know all the time, I don't care what you do, that's your business, because I'm going to do what I want to do. And I could care what someone else says, So you have to make the decision of what's right for you and stick with it. Be okay with if it grows, changes, whatever, but it's mostly about your consistency, having consistency with yourself. And the soul here starts to shift. It starts to grow and it starts to feel different. So I want you to take this moment to tap into whatever your understanding is to the unknown, the divine. Or if you decide that, there's nothing out there. What I notice people is that even when people are atheists, they have an understanding of what they think is out there. It just may not align with religion, or it may not align with society and culture. So when I say whatever your understanding is, I mean whatever that is, because there are people who find a strong spiritual path in their religious path as well. So all of these people are living at the same time. Nobody is wrong. You just have to be in whatever feels right to you. This division that we see when it comes to the elitism of religion and spiritual paths is such a waste of time. It's such a waste of time and space. The reason why I say it's a waste of time and space is because connect in. You do not need something outside of you to validate what your spiritual path is. You can feel guided. You can feel like something brings energy in. But you have to make that decision and allow yourself that power to do so, and give others the freedom to do so as well. People have common sense. They're not going to be doing weird things, but you got to go on that journey. Okay? Because when people are forced to do things, like when you're forced into a religion or a spiritual belief or something like that, it's really no different than when someone forces you into a job or a career or a role you don't like, forces you to do a hobby you don't like, forces you, you feel forced to be in a working environment that you don't like. All of these things kind of suck the soul. And the purpose of the soul, I believe, you have your own things. Purpose of the soul is to free yourself, to open yourself up, to open your mind up, to find a path that's different, to find a path that's unique to you, even if it feels weird. Like, I know for myself that I am a healer. I take on clients. I teach others, and I like to create resources for people to use to tap in to their self-care journey, self-care practice every day. So it's going to look different every day. On the outside looking in, I think that if people have never heard of energy healing, Reiki, ASMR, they have no clue what I'm doing. It looks a little crazy. But who cares? Because I get so much light in life when you all tell me how much these communities that I put a lot of times
putting together how it positively impacts your life. So I know it has a purpose. I didn't need someone else to come and chart this out for me. I didn't need someone else to come and, do this life for me. I'm creating my own lane each and every day. So I say that to say to you to create your lane each and every day. Follow your soul. And the soul's purpose and the soul's mission can look all over the place, But what you want to think about how you're going to feel when you're older, when you're in your 80s, in your 90s. What are you going to feel like you wasted your time doing when you were younger? You wasted your time worried about things that didn't matter. You wasted your time trying to live up to other people's expectations. You wasted your time playing it so safe that you never chased your dream or allowed yourself to truly just be yourself. Always trying to put on a mask for someone else or something else. And also, you waste your time pursuing things that really weren't that important to you. You got to decide what's really important to you. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. I can honestly tell you, in building this community, I lost a whole relationship because I believed so strongly in this, and they could not understand what was going on here. They're low-key hating, but they couldn't understand what was going on here, to the point where I made the decision, this is where I need to be, this is my path. And they were so nervous. Well, you're really spiritual. I don't know how to describe that to other people. I feel embarrassed. That's on you. That ain't got nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me. And so what I did was I trusted myself. I went forward. And now I feel like I connect with people. First of all, found love. Okay, so don't worry about that. Very happy. But I also feel like had I stopped because someone else outside of me told me to stop, then I would have missed the opportunity to see so many people grow and move on their self-care journey. And I've always wanted to give people what I was missing. I wanted these spaces, and now I'm able to create these spaces. So I say that to say, in following my soul, I'm making it up every day, but it's worth it. I can't imagine any other life. I can't imagine any other feeling. I can't imagine any other way of doing things. And I keep my life open to maybe I'll have other things I want to do or other things that take up my time. But I know I'm exactly where I need to be. I know I'm where I'm doing the greatest good. So I want to encourage you to check in with yourself. How do you feel? Do you feel that you're where you want to be? And it's okay to have goals that you're working towards. But are you on the right trajectory? What does your soul tell you? What does your spirit tell you? You could tap in here and start to ask yourself what's important. And I want you to trust the first thoughts that come up. Because whenever I do intuitive training, which, may I shout out, is a part of the apprenticeship, I get people really, really comfortable with what are the first thoughts that come up in their channeling sessions and trusting that. When you trust yourself, because you're not going to lie to yourself, you're not going to. You can try to suppress how you feel because you feel like, oh, it's not realistic or not right now. But your dreams will eventually come up. Okay? So when you trust yourself, your soul flourishes. And you have to be very, very precise with how you want to approach this life. Like for me, when I look at myself and I look at overall what is my life's purpose, I understand that my life's purpose at this moment in my life is healing, is health. And I show up each and every day by working on myself each and every day. And then from the things that I learn, I create communities to support others to do the same as they work on themselves. That simple, straight to the point. But I know that even if I wasn't doing this, health would still be very, very, very important to me. So I'm opening up this opportunity for you all to check in with yourself too. What is your soul telling you? What is it saying? You know, it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be complicated either. We don't have to have this big complicated thing. Let life play out however it is, however it wants to play out. I used to do a lot of manifesting work, especially when I was early on in my training, because I felt like I wasn't in control of my own life. So I felt like I wanted to manifest to bring things in. But now that I'm in a space where I'm in full control of my own life, I don't do the same things. I just allow life to happen. Why? Because you don't always have to manipulate everything. You don't always have to stay in the same situation and just hope for little glimpses of your dream life to come into your life. Because I feel like that perspective, that's what kind of was happening with the manifesting. Instead, if you course correct, put yourself on the right trajectory, you can just walk the path and live life. You can be excited by the things that show up. You don't have to be in control of everything at all times. Just walk forward, connecting with your energy, connecting with your spirit, connecting with yourself. Just walk forward. So I want you to take 3 deep breaths here. And I want to cement in you that you have permission to dream whatever you want to dream and to follow through on those dreams. First breath. Second breath. And final breath. Good job, babies. You've done an excellent job, and I hope you have been enjoying this mini series. I would like to tap in and remind you that the 52-week challenge is still going on. It has moved. It is now in the My People community. So thempcommunity.com is where you can go to join the Mystic group, where we're continuing on with the 52-week challenge. There's multiple things going on there. We have 2 communities. We have My People, and inside of My People, we have a special space called the Mystics, where we continue esoteric knowledge learning. And also, I do all my pilot programs there. So whenever you all come up with a good idea, or I come up with a good idea that eventually becomes something, I like to test it out there first. So that's one of the really great perks of being a part of that community, and just a lot of really amazing and fun things. So come on over to the My People community. There's free things, there's paid things. So whatever level it is, just come on over. It is a way where you can interact. It's a way where you can post and share and be in community and collective with each other. It's super lovely, super wonderful. I've been asking people how they like it. We're going to be healing the mind, healing thoughts. So if you're new to the community, welcome, babies. This is your nightly or daily self-care routine. So when you come here, you take care of yourself. So since you're new, you are now one of my babies. So you get 1 kiss on the forehead. And all of my returning babies, let me see the faces. Multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Let's go ahead and get into it. So we start the session off with a prayer.
seep back in. So you say, I'm determined. I'm determined to do this. I'm determined to do this. I'm determined to do this. You feel it with conviction in your heart and in your soul. Just keep going here. Just keep going here. And trust the process. You know, when you take on new habits and you take on new ways of doing things, you're also pushing yourself to grow in a new direction. And that can be, it can be disruptive in your life. It's not convenient all the time. But even if that's okay, it's still a part of the process and going forward. It's still a part, still a part of the process. So don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to open yourself up to new possibilities and new ways of doing things. And also don't be afraid of sticking it out and being consistent with yourself. When I'm saying that your habits or something like that may be enabling, I'm saying that perhaps it's time to switch things up. But maybe your path itself is fine. Maybe your path itself is good. But it's time to switch things up. Do a little this or do a little that, or approach things differently. Or maybe take a break or jump in, or start to look at other goals or other items that you're working on as well, in order to help the overall there's no rush here. You don't want to be changing your mind and then step into something new and try to do everything at one time. Also, it may not feel great at all times. Sometimes it can be frustrating or overwhelming or things like that. But give yourself time. Things that will balance that out is the more time that you give yourself, the better you can get acclimated to whatever this new thing is. The better you can approach this new thing in an efficient way for yourself and to work through what you need to work through. The better you can step up to your calling and breathe in life into the experience, the better that you can show up for yourself, for the people in your life, for your goals and your gifts. The more you can calm your mind and just trust in the process. Trust in the process. Trust in the process of life. Well, family, I hope you enjoyed the session today. I want to give you again the reminder to join the pre-week. We're going to have a great time. We're also doing a lot of fun stuff on the My People community, so if you'd like to join that community, it's where I'm hosting the pre-week. So it's kind of a nice little house party there. It's the mpcommunity.com, a really loving space for us to come together in collective experience. And if you would like to join the Mystic community, which is also hosted in the space, I do a lot of programs. We are continuing to do the 52-week challenge, as well as we are continuing this series, this healing series, and we're going to be working with healing love, self-love, and the love that you give to others as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So as we start our session, first of all, if you're new to the community, welcome. You're now one of my babies. One kiss on the forehead. And all of my returning babies, multiple kisses. Mama loves you. Okay, so if you're new to the community, we start the session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay, let's get started. Dear universe and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. So, we're healing love. So we're going to start with the self, because I say it all the time. If you don't heal yourself, you cannot expect anyone else to bring that love into your life. So we're going to start here first. Open yourself up to yourself, to be vulnerable with yourself, to be patient with yourself, to have peace with yourself. Don't fight yourself. Don't fight what you love, what you want, what you're passionate about. Trust yourself. Trust how you want to appear in the world too. Who you want to be, your unique creativity. I think that with this session, we're focusing on love, but your uniqueness, your creativity, that's also very important. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Just This might require you to have a new outlook on life. This might require you to let go of any habits that keep you anchored to an outlook that no longer serves you. This may require you to have to shift and get to know yourself in a new way. Just do that. is going and moving so fast. Maybe it's not even going that fast. It's just we gotta slow down a little bit and be in control of what we need to do what we need to do. Well, babies, I hope you enjoyed our session today. I want to remind you about some upcoming things, and that first thing is the 52-week challenge that's happening on the Patreon community. The Patreon community is $3 a month, so feel free to stop by there. And we are mastering one to two things this year. So we have a group together and we're following and tracking our progress there. So if you have those big dreams and big goals, this is the perfect time to do it. You're never too late. Come on over. Also, I'm going to continue to warn all of y'all who are going to be stepping into your Saturn return in Pisces happening in March. Prepare yourself. I'm telling you now, if you want me to put something together, please put it in the comment section so that I can know that is something that I should do. I talked about last time those who are going into their first Saturn return. For those who are going into their second Saturn return, this is what would be called a midlife crisis. But instead of your entire life, instead of you being at the beginning of your life, you're towards the middle part of your life. So you have